Global warming has caused numerous stories of significant weather-related crises. The media frequently covers these sites. We asked 6 experts where people would feel secure in 130 or 150 years. Let's face it, nowhere is genuinely safe. As we questioned each expert, we learned where and why climate migration will occur. When multiple environmental factors are considered, the safest U.S. city can be predicted. Today's video will discuss the U.S. region least affected by climate change. Watch the video to find out. Let's begin. Let's start with the most basic feature of climate change: rising global temperatures and 2 experts who collaborated on a study on the human climate niche. Humans thrive around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Imagine a band spanning across North America from Chicago or Boston in the north to Seattle in the west and Atlanta in the south, covering much of the continent's center and practically the whole west coast. As an archaeologist, I find it interesting that people have always preferred warmer temperatures. The archaeological record shows that people have always lived in that temperature range, about 5,600 years ago. Historically, 1 degree of global warming has not caused a mass flight from the US. Phoenix is booming. Global warming is well known. With the exception of the Sahara, the typical temperature in a 3 degrees Celsius world is what most people experience currently. Such a world might support 3 billion people. If given the choice, we doubt those 3 billion people would stay in such severe climates. Will they join us in Congress? Will we let them in? What if we think about temperatures and where we'll be comfortable in the future in terms of the movement of the temperature bands? To maintain a steady temperature, you'd have to go 30 feet north every day for 10 years, or 20 miles. They're definitely traveling 30 feet every day there. If you're enjoying this video so far, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't, your state is going to experience the most severe climate ever. Moving on. Other variables will be more important than rising temperatures in climate migration in the US. Astrid Caldas of UCS said that climate migrants usually flee after a natural or man-made disaster. Fire destroyed their home, they're too poor for insurance, families and lower living costs motivate people to move. It must leave the disaster's route. Climate change is already forcing migration. Wildfires, storms, and rising temperatures force many to move. California survivors scattered after the Paradise firestorm burned over 11,000 homes. Rising temperatures have displaced indigenous Alaskans. U.S. land definitions may change. As oceans rise, humans will lose land when the Greenland ice sheet melts. Even though Greenland is far away, melting ice affects Gulf Coast residents. This raises sea levels, which erodes coastlines and pollutes coastal freshwater. Rising sea levels alter groundwater, causing flooding inland. The safest places to reside in the south are inland, because many of the areas most at risk from sea level rise, increasing storm activity, and potential overheating are inland. Another expert said California wildfires and smoke contribute to climate migration's annual surge. Due to the heightened fire danger, several insurance firms are canceling coverage for state residents, forcing them to pay high secondary insurance prices. In wildfire-prone areas, it's too expensive. John Abatzoglu, a climatologist at the University of California, Merced, participated in a study that rated the climate danger of every U.S. county using 6 risk categories. High temperatures, rising sea levels, and wildfires have been considered. Energy price rises, property damage, and lower productivity at work and in the fields were also considered. What was found? Northwest Michigan, Colorado, Virginia, and the Northeast have many top 30 safest counties, and the one they rated as least risky was the Lamoille County, Vermont. Vermont's Lamoille County is a beautiful location. Therefore, there are fewer than 30,000 people living in the county as a whole. The town of Morrisville serves as the economic hub, yet even it has less than 10,000 residents. In Vermont, climate migration is frequently discussed, and there have been numerous news reports about individuals relocating there to escape the severe weather in other parts of the country, such as the West and the coast. Following Hurricane Sandy, one of the county's board members had to relocate from Brooklyn because her apartment was flooded. Do you think that Vermont is doing enough to be a welcoming destination for relocating refugees? The state is experiencing a severe housing shortage, and many of its smaller towns and villages lack the infrastructure to support the construction of new homes. Since we expect a large influx of new residents, we've been thinking hard about how to best organize ourselves for success in the face of a potentially volatile weather forecast in the years ahead. Since the climate is changing, we face a wide range of difficulties. And the best way forward is for us to both adapt to the changes we know are coming while also taking the decisive action needed to slow down the rate of change. All of these things, from the most basic to the most global, call on us to coordinate our efforts, share information, and create genuine opportunities for cooperation. In light of this, it's important for people to consider not only their physical safety, but also the kinds of emotionally supportive and collaborative work environments in which they may best meet these difficulties. When severe weather strikes, has it forced you or your loved ones to relocate? Could they classify it as a climate migration? I mean, how bad would it get outside before you finally got the nerve to leave? Do tell in the comment section. And before you leave, do subscribe to our channel. Otherwise, your state is going to have the most deadly climate this year. So you'd better subscribe. Until then, we'll see you in another video.